Hey everyone, welcome back to the English Hour. I'm so glad you're here because today we're going to tackle one of the biggest challenges for English learners: how to speak English fast and understand native speakers. You know that feeling native speakers are talking quickly and your brain is racing to keep up. You want to respond, but the words get stuck, or you miss part of the conversation. By the end of this episode, I promise you'll have practical strategies to speak more naturally, keep up with fast conversations, and understand native speakers more easily. Let me start with a story. A few years ago, I worked with a student named Daniel. Daniel was smart, he knew grammar, and his vocabulary was solid. But whenever he tried to speak with native speakers, he froze. He said, "They speak so fast, I can't keep up, and I always feel behind in the conversation." I told him, "Daniel, it's not about knowing more words or being perfect in grammar. It's about training your brain and your mouth to work together in real time." He was skeptical at first, but as he applied the techniques I'm about to share with you, everything changed. The first step is listening more actively. Most learners focus only on speaking, but speaking fast and understanding native speakers both start with listening. The faster you can process what you hear, the faster your brain can respond. Start by listening to short clips, podcasts, or conversations at native speed. Even if you don't catch every word, don't worry about understanding everything at first. Focus on catching keywords and main ideas. Your brain will gradually get used to the speed and comprehension will improve naturally. Next, let's talk about shadowing. Shadowing is a technique where you repeat what a speaker says immediately after you hear it, matching their rhythm, intonation, and speed. It might feel challenging at first, and that's okay. Start with short sentences, then move to longer ones. Shadowing trains your mouth, brain, and ears to work together. So when you encounter fast English in real life, your brain can anticipate the rhythm and your mouth can keep up. Another important technique is chunking words together. Native speakers rarely pronounce each word clearly and separately. They group words into chunks. For example, instead of saying, "I am going to the store," clearly word by word, it often sounds like, "I'm going to go to the store." When you practice speaking in chunks rather than individual words, your speech becomes faster and more natural, and your brain also gets better at understanding native speakers because it recognizes these patterns. A common mistake learners make is trying to translate everything in their head. Translation slows you down and makes it almost impossible to keep up with fast English. Instead, practice thinking in English. Describe what you see, what you're feeling, or what you want to say directly in English, even in your mind. The more you do this, the easier it becomes to respond quickly in conversations without pausing to translate. Vocabulary also plays a big role. Focus on learning high-frequency words and phrases that native speakers use daily. Words like actually, basically, I mean, or, appear all the time. Knowing these words and phrases allows you to understand conversations faster and also use them naturally in your own speech. Another powerful tool is predictive listening and speaking. When you're listening, try to anticipate what the other person might say next based on context. This trains your brain to process English faster and prepares you to respond without hesitation. For speaking, Think ahead about the kinds of sentences you might need in common situations, like ordering food, chatting about hobbies, or answering questions. Having these patterns in your mind reduces pauses and increases fluency. Don't forget practice under real conditions. Watching movies or series at normal speed, listening to podcasts, or having conversations with native speakers is essential. It might feel overwhelming at first, and that's normal. The key is consistency and gradual exposure. Start with short sessions and build up. Over time, your brain adapts to the speed, your listening improves, and your speech becomes faster and more confident. Let me give you a practical exercise to start today. Pick a short audio clip from a native speaker, maybe a 1-minute podcast or a dialogue from a series. First, listen without trying to understand everything. Just focus on the rhythm. Second, shadow the speaker, repeating what you hear. Third, practice speaking the sentences in chunks and try to say them at the same speed. Repeat daily, and you'll notice a significant improvement in both your comprehension and speaking speed. Finally, remember to be patient and persistent. Learning to speak English fast and understand native speakers doesn't happen overnight. But with regular practice, exposure, and using these techniques, you'll find that conversations that once felt impossible to follow will start to feel natural. Every small improvement counts, and your confidence will grow with each step. So here's the takeaway: listen actively, practice shadowing, speak in chunks, think in English, learn common phrases, predict and anticipate, and practice consistently. Apply these strategies every day, and your English will not only become faster, but also more confident and natural. Thank you for joining me on the English Hour today. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next episode.